So I'm lucky enough to live in Sydney these days, but as I mentioned before, I worked in London in the music industry for many years. So what do you need to travel these days? Well, long haul's what I do all the time because you can't go anywhere from Australia. It takes you 7 hours to get out of the country. So you can't really go anywhere unless you're going to New Zealand without a long haul flight. Okay. So what do you need? I'm a pretty much an expert in long haul flying these days. What do you need to do to think about before you get there? Well, first of all, make sure you've got your vaccinations in play. I'm going to India next month and I had to have 6 injections for that trip. Okay. And I've got tablets still to take as well. And I think you're better off just believing the medical experts say and what your doctors say, or don't go, because I think in certain countries there's risks that I wouldn't want to take. As pleasant as India is, it also has a lot of risk in and around opportunities for getting sick as much as anything else. So make sure you get vaccinated. The other thing is your passports. As I mentioned earlier, I'm lucky enough to hold a couple of passports. I have one British and one Australian here. The Australian one's obviously upside down. Take them both. Always, if you've got more than one passport, take your passport. Keep one on you, the one you think you're traveling with. Keep the other one in your hand luggage, okay? One, in case you lose one of them, great to have another passport to hand. But also secondly, it's like, if you're not sure about which passport has been used, and these days we don't, I think post-COVID, it's difficult to know which passport has been used by the airline or the government that you're going to. I was in Dubai recently. I thought I'd flown in on one passport, tried to get out, and the airline wouldn't let me use it. I had to use another passport, the other passport. Then tried to go through the gate with that passport on the airline's advice, and they couldn't accept that one. So I had to go back to the first one. So it's a bit messy. And I've flown from London, my birthplace, on my British passport into the United States, but because a lot of my visa stuff was on the Australian passport, I had to use that to get in the country. Similarly, I've gone to Britain on my British passport, given that to them, and I've said to me, how long are you staying? And it's like, it's a British passport. So you never know what's going on these days with your passport. I think post-COVID, there's a lot of record keeping that's happened during that period for over, ostensibly vaccinations, but they've got records of who you are. So if you've got more than one passport, take it.